Hi guys, and welcome back to another video. For those new to the channel, my name is Matt and I work as a director of photography. Since my most popular YouTube video is on how much I make as a freelance cinematographer, I thought I'd follow it up with some tips and tricks to help you determine your personal day rate as a creative, be it a designer, photographer, or filmmaker. These guidelines really do apply to all sorts of creative freelance work. So let's get started. Let's start by defining the term day rate. In my eyes, your day rate is essentially the value you as a person bring to a client or a project measured in monetary unit. This could be US dollars, euros, yen, or even Bitcoin. Your day rate therefore is an indicator of your expertise. When you're not actively working on projects, you're most likely putting a lot of hours into research, advanced training, and self-education in order to become better at your craft and keep up to date. This is time that should be reflected in your day rate as it makes you more knowledgeable, more experienced, and thus more valuable to your clients. Salary and profit. It's always good practice to think in terms of salary and profit, even if you're just a small business or a freelancer. Your day rate should not only cover your working hours as a professional, but also account for your business's profit. It's actually quite simple. Just imagine you were to hire somebody else to do some work for you. You would have to pay them a salary. And just like you would include a profit margin when hiring an external freelancer, you should include a profit margin in addition to your personal salary when it comes to your day rate. A good practice is somewhere around 10 to 20% in terms of profit margin. At the end of the day, you are a business, albeit a small one, and businesses need to be profitable in order to operate effectively. Insurance and taxes. Most freelancers starting out believe that what they charge their client will translate par for par to their income. This, however, is not the case and a big misunderstanding, especially in the beginning. As a freelancer, you yourself are responsible to pay Social Security as well as income tax. From a personal experience, I can tell you that roughly 25% of my net income, meaning without value-added tax, is used to cover exactly those, Social Security as well as tax payments. Keep in mind, this is after accounting for all business expenses, which will eventually lower your taxable income. Just make sure to account for these deductions and think of them as money that never truly belongs to you, but the government. I know it sucks, but it is what it is. Costs. Last but not least, let's talk about costs. It goes without saying that your day rate does not cover any additional costs associated with the implementation of a project. These are usually software expenses, gear rentals, travel costs, licenses, and so on. Remember, your day rate is the monetary value you as a creative bring to a project or client. If you do provide, for example, additional gear or software or travel far distances as part of the implementation of a project, you will charge your client separately for those expenses. Think of it this way. If you did not provide the gear or software, your client would most likely have to rent or even buy it themselves. Not only do you spare them the hustle of finding a rental house and checking availability, but you also assure them that the equipment is in perfect working condition. Buying equipment as a freelancer is an investment, and the return on that investment, like with any other investment, is crucial for you to operate a profitable business. Quick tip, always bill your costs separately from your day rate so your client has a good understanding of your value. Alright, let's talk about how you can determine your own personal day rate as a creative. A good starting point is to define the amount you want to earn after all expenses, taxes, and insurance and go from there. So pretty much reverse engineering it. Let's look at a practical example. Say I wanted to pocket $500 off my day rate as a cinematographer at the end of the day. We'll call this our salary. For the sake of this example, let's also assume that we will provide our clients with equipment and/or software worth $250 a day. We will call this our costs. So let's determine what we have to charge our client in order to keep $500 net at the end of the day as our salary. We will start with 500, which is our target salary. We'll then add our business's profit margin, in this case 20%, which will bump up our day rate to 600. Then we'll add the costs we previously defined for equipment and software rental at $250 per day. This will increase our day rate to 850. Now we have to account for tax and insurance payments. Like I said previously, I go with roughly 25%, so this will bump up our day rate to $1,060. Last but not least, we also have to account for value-added tax. This is money that goes directly to the government, and in the case of Austria, is set at a rate of 20%. So this will bring our day rate from $1,060 to roughly $1,272. So you see, in order for us to keep $500 net at the end of the day, we would have to charge our client a total amount of $1,272 per day for this specific example. Keep in mind, your calculations may vary depending on whether or not you're renting out gear and/or software and what percentages you use to cover tax and insurance payments. I hope this video gave you guys a basic understanding of the do's and don'ts when it comes to determining your day rate as a creative. Like always, if you enjoyed this video, make sure to like and subscribe, and let me know in the comments down below if you found the practical example to be helpful to follow along. Thanks again for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next one.